That was a very tough call.
Good evening and welcome to the Manteno Village Board for Tuesday, February 19th, 2019. To call the meeting to order, and if we could all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Roll call, please.
Boyce. Martin.
Here.
Dole. Here. Crockett.
Here.
Geske. Here. Phillips.
We have a quorum. Tonight, as always, we begin with the reading of the minutes. We have the approval of the minutes. We have the minutes from the February 4th, 2019 board meeting in your packet, and hopefully everyone has had the opportunity to review them. Is there any changes, additions, deletions, corrections? Seeing none, accept the motion to waive the reading of the minutes and approve them as presented by the clerk.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Crockett,
I'll second that.
second by Dole. Roll call.
Crockett.
Yes.
Dole.
Yes.
Martin.
Yes.
Geske.
Yes.
Motion carries. Public participation, doesn't look like we have anybody here tonight. Village President's report, just a couple things. Jim, as far as the snow is concerned, obviously, you know, the last couple of weeks or last month or so has been kind of brutal. How you doing on the salt and maintaining all the stuff?
Yeah, all the equipment's working. The salt, we're down to the nitty gritty. I'm waiting on 160 tons to be delivered. Should be here in the next week, so we're going to be using it sparingly as best we can to get through.
Well, they're supposed to have a storm tonight, you know, an ice storm especially, so.
All the trucks are loaded, so we're good for another 2 to 3 storms before we're really out, so.
And have you had much damage as far as, you know, stop signs or other different things that are?
No, this last storm, I know there was a couple accidents in town, actually, with that real bad ice on, I think it was Sunday evening. I know I saw one car off in a ditch, but that was probably the worst. I know 57 was almost closed down, northbound and southbound with the accident, so, but everything's been holding up pretty good.
And the nights that 57 was, you know, was so bad with ice, and there was one other night when it was an accident that had the road blocked, and I know all the traffic was routed through Manteno because the highway was closed between Manteno and Peatone, so. You know, the states obviously had their issues on the highway trying to keep everything going.
It seems like this is the most salt we've used in the 8 years I've been here. This is the most salt we've used, so it's definitely, we got a full winter.
Yeah. So as far as the other items that, you know, the springtime items, you're going to be taking down some of the wintertime banners and putting up some of the spring banners in anticipation that good weather is going to come at some point in time.
We're going to change up the atmosphere a little bit, yeah. Get it green.
You put spring banners up, it'll guarantee something. As far as any more progress at the square, last year we got, you know, right to almost to the end of the fountain being put in. They weren't able to pour concrete. Has been in contact with the company. Any idea when they're coming back, or that's all weather related too? Huh?
Yeah, weather related. We're looking for 50-degree temperature, so we don't have to cover the concrete. Yeah, I spoke to them and Lavica, both with that poured rubber mulch for around the playground equipment, and we're first on the list with both companies to get that dressed. And you know, could be late March, April. I think is a little more realistic with proper temperatures. I know we have a April 1st for outdoor flat work from what. Yeah, so, you know, after April, I would say is realistic. Fireplace is all put together. We still have to pour more concrete around the fireplace and do a little wiring, but it's going to be ready to go as well.
Okay. I have nothing else, Mr. Village Administrator report, Mr. Laurent.
I have nothing this evening, Mr. Mayor.
Committee reports tonight. Public Works and Utilities, Mr. Boyce is not here. Mr. Martin, do you want to take his agenda?
No problem. Old business, we have nothing. New business on the agenda. We have a motion to approve the acceptance of a grant of permanent utility easement from Ruth Rosenblum for vacant property located along the South Cypress Street, parcel number 03-02-33-300-007.
Just a comment on that. This is some parcels that the Rosenblum family owns down on South Cypress not quite to the intersection of the Bourbonnais Parkway. Excuse me, it's right on the southern edge of the village. They own a couple, like three or four small parcels that the village is asking for annexation, because we want to get all the parcels that are in the on the north side of the Bourbonnais Parkway that are in the Manteno area for annexation. So there's a couple of them on the agenda tonight, this being the first one.
Right, and then we've got, thank you, for consideration, a motion to approve the acceptance of a grant permanent utility easement from Ruth Rosenblum and Lynn Rosenblum, co-executors of the estate of Roland E. Rosenblum, for vacant property located along South Cypress, parcels 0302 33-300-0016. Similar.
Same
Same thing, and all that Tim has left is next Public Works Committee meeting, if necessary. It'll be Tuesday on February 26th at 7 a.m. at the Village Hall Conference Room.
Thank you, Mr. Martin. And Properties and Recreation is yours also.
And also, we're getting ready to get started. We have no whole business or new business, but we're getting ready to get fired up at the Properties and Recreation. We probably don't have a whole lot so far, and Jim, have you had a chance to talk to Lori? Because we're not going to be able to make this meeting, because that's the same meeting as the mayor's meeting.
Right, the 20th is the mayor's meeting. All you are invited to that, so if you can put this a week later.
Yeah, we're gonna shoot for the 14th.
14th, okay, we can.
That's what we're working on right now.
The 14th of what?
3/14, March 14th.
All right, I'm going to do it for you.
Okay, all right, I'll find out.
Just come up with a schedule
We'll
for.
figure it out.
All right.
We'll announce it. So, and that's it.
Thank you, Mr. Martin. Public Safety and Health, Mrs. Dole.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a couple items on the agenda tonight. Ordinance 1824, an ordinance authorizing the sale of personal property, surplus municipal equipment. This was a vehicle that was seized as I believe a DUI or something, 2007 Nissan Altima. And so that we're surplusing, and so we can sell that somehow. And probably on eBay. I don't think that's how they've done that before. And then Resolution 1813, a resolution of the Village of Manteno approving a side letter of agreement between the Village of Manteno and Illinois Fraternal Order of Police Labor Council that shall modify Section 9.3 of the 2017-2021 Collective Bargaining Agreement. This is, oh, I lost my piece of paper. All right, Chris, want to explain what this is about? I know it's just a little verbiage change.
Yeah, they had a portion of that agreement where their holiday pay, they were allowed to either take it as direct pay or they could save it as comp time. Because they had that option, that made it non-pensionable. So they wanted to get rid of that language where it was an option, so that they would now just be forced to take the holiday pay in the pay period that the holiday occurs, and then that becomes all pensionable. So and they had language in there that allowed them to make that change, so kind of late to the game, but they finally decided that it was time to do that. So.
And the union came to the village and asked to change the agreement. It doesn't have any financial impact on the village budget because they have the option to take the pay as it is right now anyway.
Right, and actually, in the end, it would probably end up saving us money, because if they take it as comp time and then had a step raise or a raise of any kind in between when it was when they had that time and when they actually took it, we could actually be paying more per hour for that person. So more than likely, it's going to save us money over the long run. So.
Had a couple safety tips. With the tax season here, the IRS phone scams are more common than ever. The Manteno Police would like to warn residents to be aware of scams that could target your money or identity. Those tax scams are a problem all year. Consumers can be easily vulnerable as they complete their paperwork to submit their taxes by April 17th. If you get a phone call from someone stating that they are from the IRS telling you you're under arrest, or we need your social security number, or you need to make an emergency payment, hang up. Remember, the IRS does not demand that people use a specific payment method, such as a prepaid debit card, gift card, or wire transfer. The IRS will not ask for debit or credit cards over the phone. They also do not demand immediate tax payments. Normal correspondence begins with a letter in the mail, and a taxpayer can appeal or question what they owe. The IRS does not threaten to bring into local police, immigration officers, or other law enforcement agencies to arrest people for not paying. The IRS also cannot revoke a license or immigration status. Threats like these are common tactics scam artists use to trick victims into believing their schemes. If you feel like you are a victim of a scam, call the Manteno Police Department to report it. And also try to familiarize yourself with your electric and water shutoff valves. If water starts leaking or there's an electrical problem, you'll want to shut these off quickly. Ensure street numbers are visible on your home. Emergency responders need to see your house numbers to reach you, so make sure they're not covered by snow or obstructed in other ways. Test CO and smoke alarms and replace batteries. Complete more safety maintenance tasks this February by scheduling one per week on your calendar. That way it won't take more than 30 minutes each day, and at the end of the month you'll have a cleaner, safer, and healthier home. Clean lint from your dryer exhaust duct. Dryers are one of the main causes of household fires because of buildup lint. Clean your lint trap every time you do a load of laundry and your exhaust duct once every 2 months. Make sure your fire extinguishers are in place and ready to go if you have an emergency. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Ms. Stoll. Planning and zoning, Mr. Crockett.
Thank you, Mayor. I don't have anything on the agenda this evening, but we do have a planning and zoning committee meeting scheduled for Tuesday, February the 26th, 7 a.m. in the Village Hall Conference Room. And the next Planning Commission meeting is scheduled for March 12th, 6 p.m. here in the Village Boardroom. And that's all I have for this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Crockett. Finance, Mr. Geske.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a motion to authorize the village administrator to negotiate the purchase of property located at 154 North Walnut Street. We discussed this at a couple of finance committee meetings, and this is just a continued effort for our downtown redevelopment projects. Also, we have payment of bills in the amount of $76,888.28, of which TIF number 1 is $5,813.04. We have no mid-cycle bills paid, and our next finance committee meeting is scheduled for March 13th at 7 a.m. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Geske. General Government, Mr. Phillips is not here tonight. He has no items on the agenda. So the items that we'll be voting on in the consent agenda are as follows. Under old business, nothing. Under new business, a motion to approve the acceptance of a grant of permanent utility easement from Ruth A. Rosenboom for vacant property located along South Cypress Street, parcel number 030233300017. Number 2 is a motion to approve the acceptance of a grant of permanent utility easement from Ruth A. Rosenboom and Lynn A. Rosenboom, co-executors of the estate of Roland E. Rosenboom, for vacant property located along South Cypress Street, parcel 0302333016. Item number 3 is ordinance 1824, an ordinance authorizing the sale of personal property, surplus municipal equipment. Item number 4 is resolution 1813, a resolution of the Village of Manteno approving a side letter agreement between the Village of Manteno and the Illinois Fraternal Order of Police Labor Council that shall modify section 9.3 of the 2017-2021 collective bargaining agreement. Item number 5 is a motion to authorize the village administrator to begin negotiations for the purchase of property located at 154 North Walnut Street, and the payment of the bills in the amount of $76,888.28, of which $5813.04 are from TIF 1. Are there any items on the consent agenda that need to be voted on individually tonight? Seeing none, I'd accept the motion to take a single roll call vote on the question of passage of the agenda items as read. Motion by Martin.
I'll second.
Second by Crockett. Roll call.
Martin?
Yes.
Crockett?
Yes.
Stoll?
Yes.
Geske?
Yes.
Motion carries. I'd accept the motion to approve by unanimous votes the ordinances, resolutions, motions, and orders contained in the consent agenda as read.
So moved.
Motion by Geske.
I'll second that.
Second by Dole. Roll call.
Geske?
Yes.
Stoll?
Yes.
Martin?
Yes.
Crockett?
Yes.
Motion carries. Comments? You have anything tonight, Mr. Martin?
Nothing. Just great job by the village so far, keeping the streets safe. We're going for another month.
Mrs. Dole?
No, I just went about the skating rink. Anything going on there?
We've been losing ice. It's been, yeah, today it was 38 today, I guess. So, yeah, it's going to be a struggle even over the weekend. It got cold, but it warmed during the day and that sun. So, if it cools off again, we'll try to get some more water in there.
Appreciate that. That's all.
Mr. Crockett?
No comments this evening, Mayor.
Mr. Geske? The only other item I have is, a couple weeks ago, we had the retirement of Janice Schultes. I had a little party here for her, gave her a gift. I did receive a thank you note from her for the village board and trustees. If you're interested it's here to read it. Janice is, even though she is retired, she has come back. If you walk into the village hall and you see her there, she's retired, she is, but she is working a few hours a week when Darla Hurley has been on vacation. And also finishing up on a couple different projects over the course of the next 30 to 60 days in this budget year. So Janice is, like I say, if you see her there, that's the reason for it. But she is off on a permanent retirement and just being paid part-time for a short period of time. Other than that, I have nothing further, and I would accept a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Crockett,
I'll second.
second by Dole, roll call.
Crockett?
Yes.
Dole?
Yes.
Martin?
Yes.
Geske?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you very much for coming and for watching.